Hello, online crew. How's everybody today? Hope you're having a wonderful day, whatever part of the day it is for you. So welcome to today's live where I'm going to share with you 3 Facebook updates that you might want to bring yourself up to speed with. One of them is to do with groups, and even if you don't run a group, this is going to be intriguing and interesting to you guys. So yeah, it's relevant to everybody, even if you don't run a group. Second one is to do with those of you with business pages, something that you need to know. And the third one is to do an update across the board. 1st of October, Facebook is making a change to something. It's got people really confused. So I just want to clarify that. So we'll go through these 3 updates so you are brought up to speed with what's going on. So how is everybody today? If we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain, which just means that I am here for the amazing community that we have here of entrepreneurs and home-based business owners who are trying to leverage the wonderful world of the internet and social media to build their businesses online. So we talk about, attracting people to you and online strategies and, how to maximize certain things to give you leverage on social media. I'm also in the industry myself in network marketing. I'm building a team globally in the health and wellness sector, and we've just got some amazing momentum going on at the moment. It's pretty cool. So I'm doing a lot of the things that I share with you guys here. Yeah, we just all want to build, hopefully you do too, a great business online, because online is where it's at. The opportunities that we have in front of us, the amount of people that are looking for an opportunity, what we are experiencing around the world has brought a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unfortunate circumstances for people with jobs, stable incomes and things like that. So, if you're building a business online, you have a lot of opportunity in front of you at the moment. We just got to make sure that you're doing it the right way and that you're not spamming people with whatever it is that you've got to offer, that you really do attract people to you. One of the skills that you need to learn is how to talk to people, how to start conversations with people, how to ask the right questions. I can't share with you how powerful it is for you to know how to ask the right questions to get yourself the information that you need from the prospect that you're talking to be able to close them. We talked about that for over 2 hours yesterday in our closing sales boot camp. Who was there in our online crew coaching community? It was an amazing discussion. It was very full on, but I had a document that everybody could go away with and sort of implement themselves. And what we're moving on today with is posture and positioning and stuff like that. With your language, what you say, all those kind of things, as well as how to handle objections. You have to know how to handle objections if you are in anything to do with the sale. If you are selling something to somebody and you do not have an elevated skill level with handling objections, you are going to struggle as an entrepreneur, whatever you are doing. Okay, so it's a skill that you absolutely must have, and that's what we're concentrating on today in the coaching community. So it's not too late to join us. Everything's recorded. Those of you in the coaching community, I'll see you just less than 45 minutes and on to day 2 of the closing sales boot camp. But anyone else that would like to join us, you can get into my coaching community for $1 for a trial up there. Okay, so that's that. Now, I do want to welcome a few new people into the coaching community. We've got Celine Kuhlman, we've got Joanne Mello, and we've got Valerie Hyde. So congratulations, ladies. Awesome to have you part of the coaching community. And Hero and Christine are life members. They've come in and upgraded as life members to the coaching community. So I'm so excited for you, Christine Thompson and Hero. So just want to acknowledge that. Why are you doing updates on my computer, Microsoft? Let's get rid of that. So how is everyone today? As I said, these updates, one to do with groups, whether you run groups or not, you need to know this information. Another update to do with business pages, something that's coming if you don't already have it. And a third update, which is confusing people regarding Facebook, which I just want to give you that clarity. So let's just say some quick hellos. We've got Crystal here. How are you? We've got Christine, so she's here with us. Crystal's one of our life members, as is Christine. Hello, Mel. So's Mel. Hello, Judy and Bob. Good morning to you guys. Hello, Michael. Great to see you here. We've got Janet. We've got Beth. We've got Gloria. Long time no speak, guys. You've got Crystal. Having a fantabulous day, everyone, from Crystal. Hello, Davina. Lovely to see you here. We've got Cindy here as well. When was the last time you had a drink of water? Probably about 5 minutes ago. So I'm not doing too badly. I've got a bit of catching up to do. It's been a busy day already. Hello, Faye. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Susan here as well, and Olive and Margene. Good to see you. Hello, Mel. Wondering why this is a new star button on your live. I haven't told you guys about that, so hold that thought. I'll talk about stars. I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure what it looks like on the receiving end. If anyone wants to take a screenshot for me and send that through to me in Messenger, I'd be interested to see what you are seeing. So I will explain that. Maybe I'll explain that to you tomorrow, okay? Hello, Hero, and welcome as a life member to our coaching community. Awesome to have you in there. I saw the star thing too, yeah. So hold that thought, guys. I will explain that tomorrow, okay? But I'd love to see what you're seeing on your end. It was an amazing boot camp. Can't wait for tonight. Amazing night. Hello, Janine. How are you? Good to see you on. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Got to buy them, I think. You do. The stars is a purchase thing for a charity of choice, which I haven't set up yet. So it's activated for me on my business page. It's something Facebook gives certain people. So it's a privilege to have the stars program allocated to me and my page. But I do need to explain it to you. And it is something that you purchase. So don't worry about it, guys. I'll explain it to you in a little bit more detail tomorrow. Love the first day of our boot camp. Got my question tips printed and have been trying to practice today. Thank you for taking such great care of us. My pleasure. I enjoyed day one immensely. Already put some things out in place. Awesome. Hello, Heather. Great to see you here. We've got Laurie as well. We've got Cynthia. We've got Leighton. Lovely to see you here. You got stars. That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get on to the content for today. I've just got a mindful of the time because I do have day 2 of the closing sales bootcamp. So groups, lots of changes, but I just want to explain it to you. And I've got I'm going to share my screen with you, and I've got 2 links that when I share my screen, I'm going to copy the URL link and I'm going to put it in the comments section of this video. But please keep in mind, I am live streaming on my business page and my free group, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners. So when I put a link in this video, it does not show up if you're watching this video from my group. So if you want the links, then I'm going to show you the articles that explain what I'm talking about today. So they are Facebook news reports, updates. If you want that information, you will need to go to my business page, look in the comments section and pick it up there, okay? Just to let you know. So Facebook is basically saying we don't want inactive groups. If there are inactive groups, they will, over a period of time, archive them. So it's not your choice, they will archive them. And they also want active admins in groups. And this is the weird part, guys. You could get invited. So let's say my free group, Social Media Strategies for Home Business Owners, my free group. Let's say I'm just not active in there anymore for some reason. You guys take over and it's just, really cool and you've got so much communication going in there, and for some reason I just don't post in there anymore. So if I'm not an active admin in my own group, Facebook could pick up on one of you. This is so weird. Facebook could pick up on one of you guys that's really active in the group, one of the top contributors, and send you a little notification asking you to be an admin of that group. Is that just weird? Don't you just find that weird that Facebook would actually invite somebody else to be an admin of a group that you've set up that could potentially delete everybody in the group and do really spammy stuff? Like, I'm just not quite sure. I get the principle that they want groups to be active and they want admins of groups to be active. So there's a few things that you need to consider if you've got a group, or if you see a pop-up, if you're active in other groups, maybe you don't run one of your own, but you're active in other groups, you could potentially get a notification on your screen saying, would you like to be an admin of this group? Weird, I reckon. But what this is telling us, Those of you that have got a group, you've started a group, or you had a group a year ago that was for a specific purpose, and now it's not, in use anymore. Go and archive any groups that you've set up that you are not using anymore. Go and archive it yourself and make sure that you're still an admin of it, and just archive it. You're just snoozing it. You can always go back into it and unsnooze it, but take control of this before Facebook takes control of this. Those of you that have got a group, that you're not active in your group, but you don't want anything to happen to the group, get back active as an admin in that group before Facebook asks somebody else to be an admin of your group. I just don't get it, but I get the principle that they want active groups because they create a sense of community, and I get the fact that they want active admins in there. So if you've got admins of groups that are not active, maybe just take them off as admins and just be an active admin yourself. So just be aware of that. I'll show you the article in a minute of the screen that comes up inviting you to be an admin, but it's happening already. People are already seeing this notification, being invited to be an admin of somebody else's group. So yeah, interesting. Okay, so I'll share that article with you in a moment. The other thing to watch out for, and don't get stressed about this, those of you that have got this, and those of you that have got direct sales groups or your own groups in the health and wellness sector, they have said that they're not going to recommend health and wellness based groups anymore to anybody. Okay, now all that means, so this is being misconstrued and people are panicking. All this means is it doesn't mean anything to the viability of your group or who's in your group or anything like that. It just means it's not, health groups are not going to come up as recommendations. So do you guys know sometimes when you're in Facebook, Facebook makes recommendations to you for people? Like it might be friends, people to Facebook friend, we recommend that you connect with this person, or on the side banner on your computer, it recommends certain groups to you. Have you seen that, guys? You know what I'm talking about? So they're not going to recommend health-related groups anymore. So it doesn't mean anything's going to happen to your group. It just means they are tightening up on, groups that, I presume it's an outcome of COVID, where lots of people have popped up and said that their products are, can cure your immune system and virus free, and, people are just doing stupid things. So Facebook doesn't want to recommend anything in sort of the health sector. So all it really means for you is you might lose, if you've got a group, you might lose a little bit of organic growth. Because there are some people that Facebook may make a recommendation and you see it and you're like, oh, that looks like a good group. I'll join that group because Facebook put it in front of you because of the interests and the type of groups, other groups that you interact with and stuff like that. So it can connect the right people into the right groups by that recommendation. But Facebook are not going to recommend health groups anymore. So it doesn't mean your group can't be found. It just means you need to be a little bit more proactive in promoting your group to, on other sources, pages, personal profile, if that's relevant, those kind of things, because you just might lose a little bit of organic reach. It doesn't mean it's not searchable, though. It doesn't mean nobody can find it. It just means that Facebook isn't going to recommend health groups. So you think of, direct sales groups, network marketing type big groups that have got prospecting groups, but they're tagged like health and wellness type label, like they just won't come up in people's recommendations anymore. So as I said, probably the major impact would just be a little bit of organic, growth that you might lose if people have found your group in the past via recommendation. It's just not going to happen anymore. But please don't panic, because people in the health and wellness sector are panicking. There's no reason to panic. It's just the recommendation sector. It's not that they're closing down the groups or anything like that. Okay, so that's just, let me check if I've got anything. So make sure you're an active admin. If there's somebody as an admin that's no longer sort of active in your group, just delete them as an admin yourself. Archive groups that maybe you've set up that you don't use anymore. So just take control of your groups if you run groups. And if you get a little notification from Facebook to be an admin of a group and you're going, what the? You'll know the reason behind it, okay? So let me share that article with you. We'll pull that one up first. This one. Okay. Our latest steps to keep Facebook groups safe. So this is all about safety. So today we're sharing an update. So this was the 17th, guys, when I was a bit down and out last week. Otherwise, I probably would have brought it to you earlier. Today we're sharing an update on ongoing work to keep groups safe, including a number of changes to reduce harmful content and misinformation. So I think it's probably been prompted by COVID type stuff and people being a bit spammy and taking advantage of the situation. So there's information here you can read up on, stopping people who break our rules, helping ensure groups have an active admin. So you might want to read this part here. This is the notification that you may see, and people are already seeing this, guys. So I'm just, while you're looking at that, I am just looking for my live, just to make sure that the screen sharing is all working away. Fine. I'm going to find my live. Prompted by COVID type stuff. Okay. So become an admin. This group doesn't have any admins. Like, every group has to have an admin because you can't actually create a group without somebody taking control of that. Anyway, admins can keep groups safe by managing the group settings, memberships, and posts. Do you want to be an admin of this group? So I can only imagine, I don't know, because obviously I haven't been subject to this yet, but maybe this particular alert and this particular role would have limited functions. You'd hope so, because I wouldn't want Facebook to invite any of you, no offense, love you crew, but I wouldn't want to invite any of you to be an admin of my group without me knowing it, and then you have control of my group. So I could only hope that you have limited functions if you're being invited this way, but don't know. But there you have it, become an admin. Right, and this is the bit, removing health groups from recommendations. This is the bit that I was just talking about. It doesn't mean they're removing health groups. So some people that have seen this, update and this news report have gone, oh, they're removing health groups. They're not removing health groups. They're only removing them just from the recommendations sort of section. So you can read up on that. And you can also click, there's a clickable link here. I won't do it now just for the sake of time, but there are recommendation guidelines as to what Facebook will recommend and what they won't recommend to people on their platform. Okay. There's stuff about violence here. So that's just a quick little update. So I am going to copy that URL there. I'm going to come back to my live. Remember, this link will only appear on my business page, not in my group. So just be aware. Okay, so I've just popped that in the chat on my business page. Okay, let's move on to this next one. The next one, I'm not sure the purpose of this one, but those of you with business pages, you'll get to know this come apparently 1st of October. So Facebook has just launched something called Business Suite. So it's going to be an updated version, I believe, of the Facebook Pages app. Do you guys know what I'm meaning? If you've got a business page, the orange flag, the Pages app, which you should be using if you've got a business page. So I believe that is going to be upgraded to what we call Business Suite. Okay, I've got some information for you that you can read up about that. So I'll share my screen again in a second. And it looks like a combination of the Pages app, but Creator Studio on desktop, but it is incorporating, they are starting to make moves, guys, in incorporating Facebook, Instagram, and in time WhatsApp. Okay, so I'll share my screen again with you to give you some info on this one. Introducing Facebook a Business Suite. So this didn't really, I'll show you this, but this didn't really show me much. So I'm not really sure that enlightened me on much, other than sort of knowing that they're trying to integrate things happening from the one platform, from the one sort of app. So the integration is starting to happen. They've talked about that for a long time, but I'll share this one with you again in a second. So just some information here about getting started. Link your Facebook and Instagram if you haven't already, to take advantage of that. View updates at a glance, share with your Facebook and Instagram communities. Like, it's got information here. Accessing your business suite will just come via this link. Now, when I click on that link, it goes straight to my business manager normally. So I'm not sure that that's going to do anything just yet. Try it. So I'm going to copy this link here. And yeah, that's it. That's as long as it is. Just that there. Okay, so I'll just come back to the video, stop sharing, put in the comments there. Hopefully that link comes out okay, guys. It seems to have a lot of code at the end of that one. So any issues, I can share those. I'll share the links on my page later. Oh, an error occurred. So it doesn't like that one. Let's try that again. Let me see if I can just stop. Oh, hang on. No, bear with me. I know you're looking at me. I'm looking at my screen, but just give me a second to copy this link again. So what I would say to you regarding this one is sort of watch that space. If you do use the Facebook Pages app to access your business page, and it does change come October into something called a business suite, at least you'll know the reason for it. Don't panic. I can't seem to copy that without that funny looking code in it. So let me try that. Okay, we'll try one more time. Okay, so here's the second link. So the first link is to do with groups. This second link is to do with the information on Business Suite. So there's two different links that I'm putting in the chat, and it's saying an error has occurred. So I'm going to have to post this. It's just from Facebook News, guys. So if you go to facebook.com/business/news, and then it's called Introducing Facebook Business Suite, you'll find it. But I'll put it up on my page later as well. Okay. So what do you think about that? What are your thoughts, around that? Just something else we don't need? Or I'm presuming it is, it's going to be some good improvements, and it's moving towards sort of that integration. So we'll see. Okay. Now the third one I want to alert you to is music. There's all these articles that are popping up. People think that Facebook is stopping music in the background of like live videos and stuff like that altogether. So what's coming out on the 1st of October, you would have received a notification probably a few weeks ago. You probably ignored it because you didn't even realize. But Facebook is making a very small update to its terms and conditions as of the 1st of October. And it just basically says that if they see anything that's harmful, or, it's just an extension of their rights to be able to remove content legally and lawfully from you if it offends against their policies in any way. That's all it really is. Somehow that's been interpreted to Facebook is removing all access to live music, recorded music for Facebook users. So it's not that. It is the same as it's always been. Have you guys ever done a live video and you've had music in the background and Facebook has either taken the video down, it's disappeared, or it's sent you a message saying we've pulled your video because of copyright things? So that is still all the same. You can have music in the background of videos and stuff like that, but it can't be anything that's copyrighted. And if it is if it's a commercial song and it's got copyright sort of attached to it, then if it's longer than about 20 sort of seconds, 15, 20 seconds, you do risk your video or whatever it is that you've posted on Facebook being pulled. So that's sort of quite normal. What you may not know is the effort that Facebook has gone to provide us with, royalty-free music options. So I just want to share my screen and show you guys where there are some music options for you, it is via a business page via Creator Studio. So if you're still hanging out on your personal profile or just groups, this won't be available to you. But for those of you that just go and check it out. It's just a lot of people don't know that this is there. So I'm just going to show you. So I'm just going to get ready for. I'm just going to get out my page in the background, and I'll just show you where it is, and then I'll leave you guys to go and check it out, check out the music and the options that are available to you. So I'm just pulling up my business page in the background here. So I'll share my screen with you. Share screen. There we go. So going to my page. Okay, so once you're on your page, you do need to go and find Creator Studio. So that might be sitting on its own here on the left-hand side, or you may still have Publishing Tools. So you need to go into Publishing Tools before you can get into Creator Studio. So one or the other, straight into Creator Studio or going into Publishing Tools and then going into Creator Studio. So we're coming in here. And I'm going to scroll down to find Creative Tools. Can you see this one on the left here? And I'm just going to click on that. And that's going to give me a couple of options. My live dashboard. It's going to give me some information there, which is, you can have a look around there if you want to. But it's actually the one underneath it. I don't want to go to the live dashboard. I want to go to Sound Collection. And here, sitting here, is a whole lot of music options that you can download and reuse on Facebook, and there's going to be no infringements or anything like that. So you can check moods, scary, dreamy, bright, groovy, happy, romantic. You can look at the duration, choose certain durations of songs. It's got vocals, male, female, just female, those kind of things. What kind of genre do you want to look for? Folk, classical, blues, holiday, Middle Eastern. So let's just pick on something. Okay, under the hood, hip hop. What do we got here?
Hey, yo, what's real? You walking on the ground with blood spilled. The dirt ain't even dry. It's mud still. The truth is a buzz.
So just go for it. But can you see the little arrow here pointing down? You can actually download these from Facebook and upload them to your video or wherever you sort of want to. But all this music, there's 7,893 tracks here, guys. Almost 8,000 tracks in this library. I'm interested to know, did you guys ever know that this existed, this music, that you had access to almost 8,000 tracks available to you for whatever you choose on Facebook? I'd be interested to know whether you knew that that was there. So go and have a little play around. Certainly not something that you want to distract a lot of your time with, but if you didn't know it was there, it's here. This is one of the ways to get around the fact if you've ever been limited or you've lost a video of some sort because you've got, commercial, what's the word for it? Sort of copyright type music in the background, okay? So I'm going to leave it there today. I hope that was informative for you guys. So be on alert, those of you that actually have your own groups, about the admin thing. Archive any groups that you've got that you don't use. The only way to fully get rid, this is a little bit silly, but you can't delete a group. The only way you can get rid of a group in its entirety is to go one by one through every single member in the group and remove them. And then, so you're the only person left, and then you can get rid of the group. That's the only way you can delete a group. So if you've got a group and it's like, well, I just don't need that group anymore, you can't delete it unless you do that procedure that I just mentioned. But you can archive it and just store it and snooze it. And, as I said before, you can pull it out of archive later, but your choice. But just make sure your admins are active so Facebook doesn't put a message in front of some kind of random person in your group and ask them to be an admin of your group. Watch out for the business suite changes that are coming for those of you with business pages, and go and play around in your creator studio and have a look at the music options. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you guys today. I look forward to seeing you same time tomorrow. I will fill you in about this stars option that you're sort of seeing on my page. And those of you in my coaching community, I will see you there for day 2 in 15 minutes time. Anybody that would like to join our amazing family over in our coaching community, you can get in for $1, get in on day 2, listen to the replay of day 1, check out day 3 tomorrow, and learn all about closing sales more effectively. Okay, so I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Bye.